Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's October 28th, 2022, out in the Western garden plot. You folks are probably getting sick of this garden plot renovations thus far, but I thought I'd document the processes that we've been going along. So, and I don't know that the video, I'm having a hard time rendering a video that we created yesterday. It just isn't working. I've spent hours trying to get the video up, and it was on the first day of doing the transplants of the thornless blackberry plants. So after digging them up from the garden, well, near the second food forest area where we were growing the thornless blackberry plants, which we had lots of troubles with the deer browsing on them and all. After digging them up, we came down here, and Thea and I, well, Thea mainly did lots of cleaning of the thornless blackberry plants. So we had a whole bunch lined up over there. There's still some more here now. Still some grasses and weeds in amongst the bases. Still some of the hard canes that got to be pruned off, and they got to be thinned down. But yesterday we spent a lot of time dividing them and getting them set. We have some starters that we'll start here, probably in the handicap beds, most of those. Then we have some more that will pot up over here, or I'll heel them in over outside. I'm not sure yet which way. If I heel them in outside, the deer will just browse them right down, unfortunately. And we have a few more over here along the chain link here. Here's some of the weed and the spent canes. So those are like the third year on those. And over here in the Western garden plot, you can see I got 4 of the 5 rows in so far. And so that's what we're working on today. I have one more row to put in. And yeah, there's still a little bit of frost on the surface of the ground right here. It was down into the 20s last night. But as I tried to explain in yesterday's video, our row spacing in the row is very close. Not recommended to do it this close. We're going to really have a very intense growing system for our thornless blackberry bushes, because these get huge. So right now there's just too many canes on this one here, but we will thin these down. We, once digging the holes, we put mycorrhizal fungi, the spores, to attach to the root system of these plants, just like we do with many of our trees and plants as we transplant them. That extends the functional unit of the root system itself. It affords the roots the opportunity to have a symbiotic, mutually beneficial relationship with the plant and other microorganisms. So we did that. We added a couple of scoops of compost from our compost pile as well. And so we've got 2 shorter rows there, 2 of the longer rows here, and I've got one more T-post to put in down there, and then I'll do this. One of the things I use is to just use a string line to try and keep the rows pretty straight. A little bit easier to manage. And I probably will be using rebar or one of the other bars that we've had, you've seen in other videos, to help support them as well. So I don't know if the video that I've tried rendering twice is going to ever show up, but we'll see if we can get some video footage of planting this row at least and get started from there. So here we go. Okay, well, we just finished getting the thornless blackberry plants that we wanted to get over here in the western garden plot, and I'll show you that now. We've got 5 rows of plants. Walk down right now. And I think it's a total of 52 thornless blackberry plants we've got in here. A couple of them, the tops, like this one here, there's another one as well right down in there that the top snapped off on them during manhandling and beating them around some. And yes, these are very, very close together in their rows. But, you know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but we'll give it a shot. It's got a reasonable chance of making it. We did have a pretty hard frost this morning, so we'll see how things work out. We have quite a few more thornless blackberry plants that were similar root development as these ones, and I'll show you those. So there's some of these ones here, so we're going to heel these ones in. H-E-E-L. Heel them in over to the side. And I'll prune them back some. The only problem is the deer will gobble these right down. This is the leftover waste that came from the plants. And then there's some of the stems that, let's see, we got one here that has a little bit of a base that may actually root. So these are going to go over in the handicap bed and see if we have any success with rooting these ones. So that's it for today's video. We got the thornless blackberry plants in the western garden plot. So happy with that. On to the next project.